can't even take myself seriously after that. Okay, I know you guys have loved the playlist to go with this training. It's seriously awesome, isn't it? So, in this segment, we are going to talk about the third really important part in making your own luck, and that's being resilient. We have heard many times, especially if you've been around for a little while, we've heard and we've seen so many quotes about failure, how failure is a necessary step to get to success. And that is so true. But I know it's easy to hear those things, not always easy to retain them. So we're going to talk about it again because it's a part of being resilient that you really have to cement in your brain. You can't forget it. I saw something when I was preparing for this that I thought was kind of genius, and it's so simple. And it said, giving up on your goal because of one setback is like slashing your other 3 tires because of one flat. That just doesn't make sense, does it? You have so many things to work with, so many outlets in this business, and so many different things that you can try, and so many different people that you have access to. Why give up with one bad experience? It doesn't make sense, does it? Obviously, being resilient is experiencing bad things and bouncing back from them, experiencing failure and bouncing back and continuing on and staying focused on your goal. Being resilient is really important when you have a string of flop parties that just don't go anywhere, or a string of parties that maybe have great sales but low bookings. Being resilient is really important when you do a book drive and you message 200 people only to get 5 donations. Those things stink. They really do. But that's not the end. You don't hit the end in your business until you stop. You are the only obstacle that can stop you. Like I said in the segment about effort, if you're experiencing a string of bad parties, if you can't find hostesses, these are things you really need to have a conversation about. Talk to your leader, post in your team Facebook group, get suggestions, get help, get constructive criticism, find ways to move forward, find or discover different routes in this business that can help you get off to a new start or can help you renew your business. Sometimes it really only takes one good party to recover from some failures. I have another story for you. And this is a story that I first heard at a regional meeting that Heather Cobb told. And it's this story. Actually, I'm going to wait to tell you his name. Most people don't know about this man. At least I didn't. He worked for 18 years. And he spent tens of thousands of dollars, which was a lot at the time. I mean, it's still a lot, but it was a lot back then, trying to build an airplane that could be flown by a person. He successfully built a few gliders and things that could fly on their own, but nothing that could be flown by a pilot. He spent half of the money that the government gave him building a boathouse to launch his aircraft from because he thought it was best to launch over water. He attempted 2 launches before he gave up, and he died a very disappointed man. His name was William Langley. He did experience some successes in his life, but he did not successfully fly the first airplane or build the first airplane with a pilot. You all know the Wright brothers did that, and they actually successfully launched their manned glider 8 days after Langley's second failed attempt. And together, they only spent about $1,000 on their dream. Now, what this story shows us is people can give you ample opportunity. People can give you money. People can help you free up more time. Maybe you have a babysitter. But if you don't use that time wisely, for example, perhaps Langley squandered the money on the boathouse. Maybe he was a great planner and great in the planning stage, but not so great with the implementation of his plan. So you may have the time and you may have the money, but we kind of go back to the effort. You have to keep putting in the effort day in and day out, even when you're not getting the responses that you hoped for, or the responses that we all hope for. It's important to never give up on your dream. It's important to keep trying. It's important to keep putting in that effort and that investment, and to remember that failure is necessary. You will experience no's a lot, daily even sometimes. Actually, just last night, I had someone cancel a party for this month, and we have so much going on this month. We're moving from Virginia to Georgia in less than 2 weeks, and when she canceled her party, I was thinking, I don't have time to book another party. I don't have time to put in the work. Gosh, I really needed that party. And I think it's natural to think those things. But what has to come after that immediately is, I can do this. I can book another party. I will work hard. I can make this happen. I can still have a good month. You have to be resilient. You have to be willing to hear the word no. You have to be willing to stumble and fall down. I'm going to close our segment about being resilient with a quote from Vince Lombardi. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. Remember, falling down is inevitable. That's going to happen. It doesn't matter if you're a director or a brand new consultant, or if you've been a team leader for the last 5 years with no upward progress. You're going to fall down. Whether or not you succeed depends on whether or not you make the choice to get up and keep going.